Trade Genius.
Hey guys, how's it going? It's Philip with Trade Genius. Got some kind of important levels I want to go over midweek here with regards to Bitcoin. Before we get into that, though, I just want to remind you guys we have this special running, TradeGeniusAcademy.com, 50% off. So if you want to get into the room, for example, you could use this special here, Crypto Special 1. You'll get half off that price. All right, so to the charts. All right, so just wanted to give you guys a midweek update, take a look at the Bitcoin action since the beginning of the week and kind of what's going on with the alts too. So just take about 5 minutes here to go over this stuff. So what we've seen, after this last bottom here is, we've come up and again, we're on the underside of this 200-day moving average. So typically what happens is when you come up to these levels, now this 200-day moving average is at 92.44 currently. And we had a high on the daily of 91.74. So we got pretty close to it. Typically you'll get a rejection around that level. And we were overbought at this point getting up here. So let's take a look at that. Some things you guys can monitor as far as when things get overbought. And let's do a new layout here because I accidentally closed my other one. Now, as you can see, we're still coming out of this measured move out of this descending wedge. We talked about that last week. And the price target's going to run into this resistance area of 9,500. We're still on pace for that. But we're not going to go up in a straight line, obviously. As you can see here, we came up, consolidate. We're coming up again, consolidating to a pullback. Maximum pullback I'm looking for here would be 8,600. And then I would expect that to recharge and move higher. We've been overbought on the 4-hour for quite a long time. So now we're looking for a pullback. Now, the last time that happened, obviously you saw a big pullback down and then up and consolidate and then further broke down. What we have here, though, is we have a situation where we've made a higher low on the price, right? Here and here is a higher low. So really what we want to see is a break above this prior high of 9,900. But we're going to run into resistance here because of the, prior lows in this area. So 9,500 area is going to be kind of the target for this move up and also coincides with the measured move from the wedge. Now, we were overbought, so let's take a look at that. This is stuff you need to keep an eye on if you are swing trading Bitcoin, is that we were in another wedge. This is an ascending wedge, so it's pointing up. That's bearish because you got to think wedges are hard to sustain when they form. So if you're pointing down, it's hard to sustain that bearish momentum and it'll break up. And vice versa, if it's pointing up, hard to maintain the bullish momentum and it starts to break down. So that's what we have here. Again, I think this 8,600 area is going to be the support for a pullback if it gets that far. So the horizontal line here at 8,600 roughly. And then I think we resume our move higher back to 9,500. So on the hourly, the stochastics have recharged. So this is where you're typically looking for a move up here like this. Whether we get to 8,600, we may not, but if we do, I think that's a great spot to go long. So, but we could just consolidate here and also move back up based on the 1 hour. 4 hour has room to come down, as you guys saw. Again, really overbought. So if we do get a move down to 8,600, this is going to get this down farther and see a move up like that. But again, so I'm thinking we consolidate or pull back a little further and then we recharge and hit back up to 9,500. Now, beyond that, the key level that we'd be looking at on the logarithmic chart, let's switch over to that. Okay, so this is our price trajectory where we're expecting this to kind of maintain this trajectory through the year. But on a log chart, we have a different trend line, upper trend line than we do on a linear chart. And this has been a big barrier. So at this point, we're looking at this 10,160, or call it 10,200 level approximately, depending on when it meets it. But that's going to be a key area to see if it gets rejected again there. And then if that breaks, which I think would be extremely bullish, then we're going to go back and revisit the Nemesis 11,700 level. And then if that ends up breaking down then we're probably going to see a resumption of a move back probably to the 13,000 area here, because we do have quite a bit of overhead resistance, but this 13,000 area probably going to be the next level of resistance, and it'll probably hit its head on that and pull back. But at that point, now we've made higher highs. I think that's going to be very bullish for price formation with Bitcoin. So I do expect us to get back into this channel. And we said Q1 we'd hit 10K. We did that. Key here, guys, for me at this point would be getting back above this 200-day moving average. So to me, a pretty important next couple of, next 24 hours, I'd say is pretty important, because again, I think we're going to come out of these overbought conditions like we have in the 4-hour. Last night we were all overbought on the hourly too. We were up in here, and so there was a lot of reason for this thing to take a break and pull back. So I think, again, once this is done, once we get the kind of a recharge in the 4-hour, there's plenty of legs to run back up, make another thrust higher. Moving on to the altcoins. So we have a 6-hour plot and we have a 24-hour plot here. So basically the way we look at this is this green line. If it's negative, then you're better off being in BTC. All right. If it's 0 or positive, then they've held their own against BTC. On a 24-hour plot, they've been doing good. This is a blend of 110 alts, so they've 1.5% better than just being in Bitcoin. On a longer term, this is a 1-week and a 2-week chart. As you can see, 2-week chart, they've been doing really well, 10% better. And on a 1-week, kind of pulling back a little bit. But what I'm looking for in this market is to see where we get some synchronicity here. And we're starting to see that now. They're starting to move in sync. And when they do that, typically on the lower price alts, still have higher percentage gains. So that's where you get some of your nice, you want to build up Bitcoin or build up your Bitcoin stash by trading alts. That's the way to do it. And we're starting to see a great improvement in the overall alt market now. So I think that this is a huge indication to me that we could see the rotation back into the alts. We've had another bear period, not as long as last year in the latter half of 2017, but I think I think there's a good case here that this bottom in the alt market has finished, and we're looking for higher highs ahead here as we head in toward the end of the month. So that's it for this midweek update, guys. Hope that helps. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Please hit like and subscribe. We really appreciate that. All right, guys, take care, and thanks for watching. Bye.
Trade Genius.